video presentation of the admin features of the Jobster theme. It will be a rather long video, probably 45 minutes to an hour, because Jobster theme is very sophisticated. It has many features, but worry not, because with the purchase of the Jobster theme license, you get free installation and configuration. So let's start. You can choose to enable or disable extra services. Extra services are displayed on the job page right here, and users are able to define them when posting a new job. You can define the maximum number of extras, currently set to 3, but you can choose a lower value. You can choose whether or not it is mandatory to upload pictures for jobs, and you can also enable country flags or disable them. And country flags are displayed on the job page as well as on the user profile page. You can register for IPinfo-DB key, and what this does is it will autocomplete the country field during the registration based on the IP address of the user which is registering. If you do not wish to use this feature, you can simply leave it blank. You can set the maximum number of pictures, which will be reflected on the post new job page right here. So depending on if you set the value higher or lower, it will reflect the input fields right here. You can choose whether or not admin approves each job, as well as request. You can enable or disable blog as well. Now, this is a very important feature because it will protect the sellers. And basically what this does is once the seller delivers the service, the buyer will have so many hours, the optimal value is 72, in order to either accept the job or request modification. Otherwise, the system will autocomplete this transaction in 72 hours, given this example. Another very important feature is the clearing period, because it will protect you from the chargebacks. Basically, when the seller delivers the job and the buyer confirms it, or it gets auto-completed, the clearing period will start. After 14 days in this example, and depending on what you set here, the seller will be credited for that particular transaction. Very important feature. And again, if you do not wish to use it, you can simply leave it blank, and the clearing period will basically be the moment when the buyer confirms the transaction or it gets auto-completed by the system. You can set the maximum number of cancellations as well as modifications. This is just so the system doesn't get abused, and you can set this value to be higher or lower. In our experience, the optimal value would be anywhere from 5 to 10. You can change the slugs for jobs as well as categories. And I will show you an example. This is the slug for jobs, which you can change. And for categories, it is section. If you leave these fields blank, then default values will be displayed. Moving on to layout settings. Basically, over here, you can set the URL for the logo as well as the favicon. And you can define the footer section. And you can enter custom CSS in order to change colors or move things around. Moving on to email settings. Info like email from name, email from address, and allow or not HTML in emails. The next tab would be preferred languages, and this is really important and useful if you're running a multi-language marketplace. You can set up to 10 languages, and these languages will be used for notifications. I will give you an example. We have set 4 languages over here: English, German, Russian, and French. And for each tab and each notifications, you will be able to enter text in each and every language. As you can see over here, email subject in German, email content in German, same goes for Russian and French. For every single action that happens on the website, the user receives notification, and in as many languages as you have set in the preferred languages. The user itself will be able to choose a preferred language by editing their profile page. As you can see over here, the user can choose preferred language. Very useful if you're running a multi-language website and if you have customers which are speaking different languages. So, moving on to pricing settings. Over here, you can set up to 10 currencies for the website if you wish to run a multi-currency website. For each currency, you can select a symbol which will be displayed on the website, as you can see here. On the next tab, job fees, you have several options. You can put a fixed % fee, which means for every single transaction, whatever you put over here, it will reflect every single transaction. So if we put 20%, the seller will pay a 20% commission on each and every successful sale. If you wish, you can also make a fixed amount fee. So let's say we put $3, and for each and every successful transaction, the seller will be charged €3. Basically, it will be deducted from their earnings. Or you can set a flexible fee structure, which means the system will take into account the amount as well as the level of the user, and depending on those two conditions, the commission will be as follows. For example, the base fee for level 0 users and up to €20, it will be 20%. Then for amount €20 and up, for level 0, it will be 19. For level 1, it will be 17%. For level 2, it will be 15. And for level 3 or top rated seller, it will be 13%. Same goes for amounts over €50 or for amounts over €100. You can really set anything you want over here, but in our experience, this is the best fee structure you can. It can be set over here. Very useful. In our experience, it has proven to really motivate the sellers and increase earnings. So you can set a limit for withdrawals. You can leave it blank. I will show you an example what happens if you set a withdrawal limit. So currently it is €20. So we go to payments, withdraw money. So let's say we choose PayPal and we say I want to withdraw €11. As you can see over here, the error message will display that the amount must be higher than €20. So as I said, you can leave it blank if you don't wish to have a withdrawal limit, or you can even set a higher value. Going over to price limits. So you can set a price limit for posting a new job for each level. And you can also set a minimum customer offer price. This will reflect every level, and you can set a maximum custom offer price, which will also reflect each and every level. Now, as far as job values are concerned, you have several options. You can put a fixed amount, for example, €5, and users will only be able to post a job which will be in the amount of €5. If you do not wish to do that, you can also enable free text input, which means users will be able to select any price for their job based on the limits you have set over here. Or the third option would be to have predefined values. So in this case, you will set enable free input text to no. This will be empty, and you will set this to yes and hit save. Then you will be able to add predefined values. So let's say we add €2, we add €4, and then you can add 6, 8, 10, or whatever you wish. But for this demo presentation, we have left it for the enable free text input, where users can set their own prices, respecting the amounts which are set over here. Rates are basically, if you're running a multi-currency website, based on the openexchangerates.org, it will automatically connect into their API. It will take the rates and it will update this table over here. Also, you can make some corrections yourself if you wish to, but if you want to do that, you will have to do it every 24 hours, because every 24 hours the system will connect to Open Exchange Rates and get the newest rates. All you need to do is go to openexchangerates.org and register for a free account. It covers up to 1,000 calls, and since Jobster connects only once per day, which is 30 calls per month, you will be good to go with a free account, and you don't have to worry about the premium fees. So moving on to payment gateways. Basically, people has their own documentation regarding all the credentials that needs to be entered here. But again, as you will get a free installation and configuration with the purchase, you really don't have to worry about it. We'll take care of it for you if you don't find your way around. Stripe is a little less complicated because it only has 2 fields. Again, we can take care of it for you. You don't have to worry about it. And the third option would be an offline payment. We called it bank payment, but it can be used for any offline payment you wish. You can choose to enable it or disable it depending on your business model and preference. So moving on to withdrawal requests. Unresolved requests, which are basically withdrawal requests which you need to process. And each and every withdrawal request is an annual action. So basically what you would do here is you have a specified method, and you would actually go to your PayPal account. You would send the money over to that particular user and then mark this withdrawal request as complete. So the user Maria will get a new notification right here. Your withdrawal request was processed. And also I wanted to show you how the email templates for notifications look like. This is the text you can edit via the email settings tab, which we went over a couple of minutes ago. And also you can choose to deny the particular request because you may be missing some information or for some other reason. If you deny the request, it will also the system will also send a notification email to the user explaining that unfortunately the withdrawal request has been denied with some withdrawal details and an explanation. A common reason for rejecting the request is incomplete or insufficient information at our disposal on your account, and you can instruct them to contact support for further clarification. Also, pardon me, if the request gets denied, then in that particular case, the balance is refunded. The amount is refunded to user balance, and I will show you an example over here. So I'll just refresh this page. Actually, it's showing an error from before. So we go to withdraw money, and we select PayPal, and we say we want to withdraw 35 euros, and watch the balance. Say withdraw. Okay, so the balance is reflected. And when we go over here and refresh this page, and now if we go ahead and deny this request and refresh this page, you will see that we're back to 815. Okay, so moving on to user balances. You may want to, or actually, I forgot to mention a couple of things. Here you have tabs for resolved requests, rejected requests. You can search unresolved, you can search solved, and you can search rejected. Just or organizational tabs for each category of the status of the withdrawal request. So now we're moving on to user balances. You may have a particular reason why you want to increase or decrease a user balance. Maybe you are running a promotion, or you have some different reason why you want to increase or decrease user balance. You can do it right here, and I will show you. So I will search for the user demo. Demo has 815 euros. So we'll increase it by 5 euros, just as an example. You can see here that it's already updated, but we'll refresh this page and you will see 820 euros. So basically this will be also useful if you have to issue a refund. And as I said, if you're running a promotion or any other reason where you have to manipulate user balances. Moving on to user badges. User badges is a manual action. It can be used for pretty much anything. What we use it for is we particularly use it for displaying an icon that the user has a verified email address. So the first badge, which is badge 1, I will show you just in a second. Let me just search for the demo user. So here's a demo user, and if we put badge level 1 and refresh this page, you will see this user was verified by our team. So basically, these user badges, and there are 2 at your disposal, you can use for, creating super buyers. You can mark verified users, pretty much anything you want. And you can let us know during the installation, and we'll gladly customize this feature for you, depending on your ideas how you would like to use this. So let's go on to user levels. As mentioned previously, users are upgraded up to level 1 and 2 automatically based on criteria I have explained earlier. But when you have to upgrade a user to a level 3 or a top-rated seller, you will do it right here and hit update. Basically, what you can do is you can search a particular user, and as you can see, demo currently has a level 2, which is displayed on the job page right here. This is an expert, and as well, these icons we can gladly customize depending on your business model or your ideas how you would like to create the user levels. Just let us know during the purchase, and or actually once you purchase and fill out the form with the information, you can make a note about the user levels. So transactions basically list every single action which involves money and happen on the website. As you can see over here, it even lists the payment received from site admin, which we just did a couple of minutes ago. We actually increased the balance for the user demo by 5 euros. Orders are particularly for the actual orders. So this will not list every single transaction, but it will list every single order currently on the site, which are active, delivered. Delivered are the ones which are waiting for the buyer to confirm. You can search delivered. Completed are, of course, the ones which buyer has confirmed. You can search completed. Closed ones are the ones which are closed by the admin. I will show you this in a second. You can search closed. And actually closed are the ones, I apologize, which are mutually canceled between the two users, and these will be closed by admin. And let's make one purchase just to show you an example. So we'll go ahead and purchase this job. And of course, since we have a balance, positive balance, the system will use money from the positive balance. If we don't have a positive balance, you will be redirected to the payment page. So we'll type here anything really, just to leave a message, instructions for the buyer, for the seller, and we'll refresh this page. So basically you can see this new purchase right over here. And in case you are requested for arbitrage by the users and you want to close this transaction and refund money to the buyer, you will hit close over here. And what will happen if you refresh this page? You will see that the transaction has been canceled by the admin based on the requested arbitrage. So I will not go over all the functionality of the transaction page and on all the different messages, because this you will be able to test on the front end by registering for an account. So we'll move on to other admin features. User reviews. In publish section, you will see all the published jobs which have already been approved. In drafts, you will see all the jobs which are currently pending and they need to be reviewed by you and approved. So as you can see here on the demo account, my jobs, there's a job in review job example which says pending, and you will see it here as well. So we go into this job in order to see all the information. So you can see the title, you can see the description. Over here you can see the price, delivery time, images which you can reorder if you wish, extra services, instructions for the seller, categories. Here you can also, if you're rejecting a job, you can make a comment, which I'll go over in just a minute. So basically, when we hit publish, it will be published on the website, and also the status over here will change to published, as you can see over here. So if a user comes again and tries to edit a job, even if it doesn't do anything really, it doesn't matter. Click Save Job. This job will go into pending again. So each time a user would edit a job, it will go into pending. So if we go again into jobs and we go to drafts, you will see that it's in review job example has gone back to drafts. Now pending here in the admin sections are the ones which you have which you have rejected. And here's one example, a rejected job example, and here it is over here. So basically what we did is we went into a rejected job example while it was in the drafts. We found some stuff with it we didn't like, and we made comments. Here I made examples for each and every field, but obviously you would only enter comments for the sections which you really need to make a comment. Yes. So we'll go into the rejected job example as the user, and the user will, pardon me, rejected. So we'll go to edit. And as you can see, everything is that you made comment on is marked in red. So for example, here you add a job name specific reject comment via the admin panel. So these are all the comments which you can make on the job which you're rejecting, which is very useful if really it's a quality job and you just have to make some comments and the user needs to make those fixes. So very useful feature. And once it clicks save job, it will go into pending. So as you can see over here, and if we go to jobs, you will see it in drafts. Rejected job example. So what we will do is we will again review the job, and we want to reject it again just to show you how it is done. You would click on the status, change it to pending review, and save as pending. So when we refresh this page as a user on the front end, you will see again that the job has been rejected. Okay, so this would be it regarding the jobs, and we are moving on to custom offers. These are all the custom offers which have been provided by the user, sent to each other, and really there's not much to do over here. If you want to maybe delete a particular one, but I don't see a reason why you would, unless there's some illegal stuff going on. But you have that option to delete it if you wish, and you don't even have to go into the job if you don't want to. You can just trash it. But as I said, since these are private messages between the two users, you usually don't need to intervene here, unless, as I said, there's some illegal stuff going on, in which case you can simply trash this offer, and this would be it. So moving on to requests. Again, requests are posted by the users, and I will give you an example how this looks. If you go to any category and you reach the bottom of the category, it says can't find what you're looking for, and you can post a request, and we'll just put sample request here, then select the category, business analysis, say suggest, and depending on if you had chosen to approve each request or not, the message will be the request was submitted successfully, or the request has been submitted for review, and it will be reflected right over here. So basically the same as jobs. If you want to approve this, you can simply click on update and it will be published. So I will do that right now. It should come up over here on the list. Sample request here. Or if you want to delete it, you simply can do that as well by going back to requests and simply trashing that particular request. And as you can see here, it is gone. Another good feature is you can send a custom offer directly from the requests, but there's one condition: you need to have at least one active job. So over here, I can send a custom offer to Maria and say, hey, I will do this for you. The price, you can put 100 euros, delivery in 3 days, submit custom offer. And I will show you what happens next. So basically, Maria will get a notification. It says you have a new offer, and which will tell Maria click on the link to review the offer. But I wanted to show you from the point of the demo. You go into the messages. And here it is. I will do this for you. You can withdraw this custom offer, and Maria can also accept or deny. And I will show you this in a second. So another cool feature is that you can, from the admin panel, log in like any user on the website. And I will demonstrate this in a second. So we'll go ahead and say Maria. We'll switch to Maria. Visit website. And here we have a notification which says this was the order which was canceled back when I was explaining the cancellation by admin. You have a new order from demo, which was the transaction that we did. And here in the messages, the Maria will get. Now you can accept custom offer or decline custom offer. If you accept custom offer, the new transaction will be completed. If you decline it, demo user will get a notification that it has been declined. So let's go ahead and accept this custom offer for 100 euros. And it has been, because we already have a balance, it has been deducted. Otherwise, it would take you to the payment page, and it will actually give you an option for a payment method, whether it be PayPal or Stripe payment gateway. But as I said, you can go through all of this by registering for an account on the demo, and I want you to go through this front end by yourself and see the actual flow of the website. So we'll just type here anything really and click send, and this transaction is now active. So we'll go ahead and switch back to demo. We'll go back and say this was what happened was when we rated that transaction. But anyway, if we go to my sales, or actually was it was my sales for the demo, and it's private transaction with Maria, and this is the private transaction, so we can go ahead and mark it as delivered. And we're waiting for the buyer to confirm. So basically, I've showed you a little bit of requests. I've showed you a little bit of custom offers, and basically, there's one more thing left regarding the jobs, and that's promoting the jobs that you want. And you can go ahead and click on reorder, and we'll go to the home page, and you can see the setup and order of the jobs as it is currently. But if we want, we can reorder the homepage jobs as we see fit. So for example, I'll just do a simple example over here, and I'll put Spanish language lessons up at the top. And if we refresh this page, you will see that this job is now first. Also, what you can do is you can pin a job to the top if that's easier for you. Pardon me, this didn't go through. So as you can see, this job is at the top. You can put it back if you want to. You can reorder pretty much. You can make any order that you wish and promote any jobs that you want. And you can do this for categories as well. And I will show you. So let's go, for example, into graphics and design. So what do we have here? We have quality banner design as a first job, and let me just find graphic and design. You can do this for categories and subcategories. So you can reorder job in any, really, on the home page, category, subcategory, whatever you wish. So we'll just put this one on the bottom. And this one should be here right now as we're refreshed. And that's it. So this is a nice functionality for when you want to promote the quality jobs, which is, the marketplace is all about promoting quality jobs, having the volume and having the number of jobs, but promoting the ones that really sell. And another feature regarding the reorder of the jobs is you can do this for any language, really. You can set the order of the jobs for each and every language that you have set up. So basically, whoever is surfing in the English version of the website, you can display certain jobs, and then for German, French, or Russian, or whichever jobs you have set up on the website. Another cool feature is the user noise. And this is basically a feedback system which allows users to post comments directly from the website. And I will show you how this works. So basically, 3 predefined types of comments are suggestion, technical problem, and grading. You can add new ones or change these ones if you want from the settings panel. And I will post a grading, just sample one so you see how this works. Short summary. Thank you. And since we're logged in, the email address and username will be already filled in. So we'll refresh this page. And as you can see, the new greeting is right here. So we'll go ahead and get into that greeting. And here you will see the comment. Also, you can see the page it has been submitted from. You can see the page snapshot in case they're reporting a technical problem, so you know what page they came from. And basically, what you can do is you can either publish this comment or leave it pending, just review it and then get in touch with the user. Or if you publish it, then this comment will become available for other users to see. So this is really good if you make a reply, for example, on a particular technical problem, which really wasn't a technical problem, but just the user didn't understand how to use that particular function he had problems with. Or if you want to just post the greeting so everybody else can see. As you can see, this is now published, and you can make further comments to it. I mean, other users can make further comments to it, and so on and so forth. Really useful for, as I said, getting some feedback from the users, and especially the ones that haven't registered, or maybe they're having a problem with registration, and this is really a good way to get some valuable information from your users. So we'll move on to the support center. And here you will be able to see all the tickets submitted by the users. So I will go ahead and demonstrate this. We'll head over to support. Click on new ticket, and we'll submit a sample ticket. You can select department, and these are the ones created for the demo, but you can create your own ones. These ones will basically come by default, so we'll select, for example, general support. You can also define priority in the settings. By default, it will be normal and high, so we'll say high. You can attach any files, like maybe screenshots, and click submit. So this is a preview of the ticket. When you go back to all tickets, you will see that this ticket is now in the queue. It is marked as high priority, and it's awaiting staff reply. So if we refresh this page, we will see a new ticket, which is awaiting staff reply. If we click on it, we will see all the information pertaining to that particular ticket, and we can post a reply to a customer. So we'll say, this is a sample reply from customer support agent. You can also attach files if you want to, and you can post a reply. Reply was posted successfully. So if we go back to all tickets, the status has changed. We have now 2 open tickets because we've responded to them. We have none in the queue. And over here, the status will change also to open and waiting for further instructions from the customer, who can either close the ticket or delete it or do whatever he feels it's the right thing to do. Okay, so moving on to the last option, which is called options. And basically, here you will be able to select the page templates for the particular pages. And if we're installing and configuring a theme for you, we will do this as well. But in case you're doing it by yourself, you can select the templates for each of the pages: post new job page, how it works, support, new ticket, and single ticket page URL. And then the last option, which is really useful, is instructions for users when they're posting a new job. And I will show you how this works. So basically, it is a great function because you can really provide instructions to the sellers for each and every input field on the post new job page, because not everyone really is familiar with how the marketplaces work and the exact information you need to provide. So this is really going to help you when you approve jobs, because you can give them in advance some information, what needs to be written, how it needs to be written, and stuff like that. So basically, for each input box, you will be able to add some specific information to it from the admin panel, which is right over here. So as you can see, general instructions, job title instructions, job price instructions, category description instructions for the job instructions, then shipping instructions, job delivery time instructions, job images, and so on and so forth. For each and every field, you will be able to add your own information. Thank you for watching this presentation, and if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to get in touch.